Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to teacher. My name is Muhammad Azim bin Yusuf, and me and my team are today are going to talk about a heuristic function that to evaluate heuristic evaluation within a game. Okay. This is my team. Dari we have Amin, ARIFF, and HAIQAL. Just like we said before, our team job is to evaluate a computer-based game that is released in the market, to discuss and evaluate the heuristic evaluation that exists within the game. The game that we choose to evaluate is the principle of Valorant. A bit of information about Valorant: it is a 5v5 character-based tactical first-person shooter where precise gunplay meets unique agent ability. Released on the 2nd of June 2020 with 4 million monthly active players each year. Okay. The visibility of system status is always to keep users informed about what is going on through providing appropriate feedback within reasonable time. Negative system status is vital in helping users determine what to do in video games. Feedback is particularly important so that players know where their interaction was executed. In Valorant, as you can see, health meter is presented at the bottom center of the screen. These meters help to show the player status, health status. There's also an ammo counter right beside the health meter to help count the ammo that is used by the player. On the top, there is a team roster to keep track on who's the team is still alive, and timer to tell the players how long they have been in the game. Second is a match between the system and the real world. Unfamiliar interface terms often confuse users and make them second guess themselves. Users should be able to successfully navigate our interface without needing to look up terminology. Okay. In Valorant, it uses unique weapon terminology. For instance, a semi-automatic pistol was given the name Ghost, which does not exist in the real world though. The appearance slightly resembles the Heckler & Koch USP, which was developed in Germany. Unique terminology increase cognitive load because users have to assimilate this new information into their existing mental model.
Is user control and freedom. Provide ways of allowing users to easily escape from places they unexpectedly find themselves by using clearly marked emergency exits. Users often choose system function by mistake and will need a clearly marked emergency exit to leave the unwanted state without having to go through the extended dialogue, support and undo and redo. Valorant allows users to sell their weapon back. This functionality enables them to correct a misbuying weapon or bad judgment and got corrected by teammates. Not only it is functionally available, it is prominently placed right on top of the weapon you bought, so it is noticeable to user. For its consistency and standard. To avoid making users wonder whether different words, situation, or action mean the same thing. No matter the console, Users typically have expectation of what button do based on their prior experience playing other games. And years of game design have resulted in design standard just like we see on the website in the apps. Um, what we can see from in-game view, both Valorant setting and CSGO setting have the same button functionality due to standardization. Fifth, help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. Use plain language to describe the error or problem and suggest a way of solving it. Effective error message need to clearly communicate the error, reduce the amount of work user must do to solve the problem, and educate user along the way. These principles are true of interfaces and games alike. In game view, and they have error message, a solution to fix the problem, and call to action.
So at number 6, we have error prevention. Gamers, just like interface users, can easily get distracted and make errors. So as a designer, we must help players to prevent unconscious errors. For example, in Valorant, there are confirmation dialogues that prevent user from accidental distraction. This confirmation is particularly important for irreversible action. So before leaving an in-game and in-progress game, Valorant prompts users to confirm that they want to leave the game and did not merely press the wrong button. So next, at number 7, we have recognition rather than recall. So it is to minimize the user's memory load by making objects, actions, and options visible. The user should not have to remember information from one part of the dialogue to another. Instructions for use of the system should be visible or easily retrievable whenever appropriate. So in Valorant, players don't usually interact with a drop weapon from their enemies or teammates. However, when a player moves close enough to the weapon, a message will pop up as a recognition for the players, as shown in the in-game view where it says press F to get Phantom. So next at number 8, we have flexibility and efficiency of use. It is to provide accelerators that are invisible to novice users but allow more experienced users to carry out tasks more quickly. So in Valorant, there are many ways to win a round. You can win by finishing the objective. As for attacking team, which is to make sure the spike to detonate, or if you're in defending team, you have to make sure the spike got defused successfully. However, this is not the only way to win the game. You can also win the game by exterminate all the enemy's character even without finishing the objective. Extra for the defending team, they can also win the round by running out the clock, making sure that the attacking did not plant the bomb. And lastly, as shown in the picture, uh, both sides of the team can vote for surrender if they lose hope of winning, and they feel that there's no point of continuing the match, so they can vote for surrender and automatically the opposing team win the match.
Next is aesthetic and minimalist design. Avoid using information that is irrelevant or rarely needed. In Valorant, the play screen is overlay and relevant game information positioned to the corner of the viewport. On the top left, there is a minimap that can player know which direction that they need to go, and also they can create a strategy how to attack and how to defend. On the top side of the screen, there is a numbers of the players that in your team and enemy team, and also the score and time. For the right hand screen, a weapon that equipped that is shown there, and the bottom of the screen they have bar, ammo counter, and abilities and availability. Last but not least, help and documentation. Provide information that can easily search and provide help in the set of concentrate steps that can easily be followed. Even though it's better if the system can be used without documentation, it may be necessary to provide help and documentation. Any such of information should be easy to search, focus on the user task, list concentrate steps that, that can be carried out, and not to be too large. In Valorant, in the right menu, uh, player can learn about the new patch and understand the meta, which is most effective technique available that help the team that have chance to winning the game. This is because of the competitive game often update that can change to the game, which make a good as known as buff, while some are bad in other terms. Nerf extend the effect of for the whole gameplay. For example, there is no point to picking character uh, that is so weak in the current patch, or buying a weapon that got nerfed so bad that it is useless in mass. Okay, uh, that's all from our team. And then I'm Mama Arif Aisamuddin signing off. Thank you.